One challenge for freshers, for example, if we start with freshers, these are fresh graduates who have never worked anywhere. They're going for their first interview. You may be shy. You don't know what to wear. You don't know how to approach the company. Yes, you have been invited to come for an interview, but you need to find out where that company is. There are organizations that are very conservative in the way they dress. And therefore, you have to have prior background in your research so that as you're coming for the interview, you know you cannot be overdressed or underdressed. Yeah, you could be overdressed if you're a lady, possibly you have a lot of necklaces hanging or very loud colors. So you need to dress like the job. How would you be coming to work every day if you are employed? What type of dress code will you be expected to wear? And it's expected that you can be able to align to that type of dress code. You need to plan things like traffic. You need to know how will you enter that organization, what will be required. So when you're invited, get some more information. Where are your offices? They are in which floor? Who is the contact person? How do I come there? If you don't know. But if it's a place you know, it's easier. Why? Because you cannot come late for an interview. If you are told come at 10, I would say come at even 30 minutes later. 30 minutes earlier. So that you have time to settle, you have time to arrange your papers, you have time to think through the interview process. So in terms of preparation, it's very important. Yes, you are invited for the interview, and you are not organized, meaning times you leave your phone on, forgot to put your phone on silent, it rings in the middle of the interview, and you panic, and you don't know what to do. So a lot of small things like that can cause you a lot of disaster in the interview. But normally, during the interview, you will be guided in terms of how you're supposed to answer the questions. Major thing that you have to demonstrate is the knowledge, the technical knowledge that you have for the job that you have applied. You ought to demonstrate that through your certificates, through your competence tests that you have done before. Then that shows how technically competent you are to do the job. But that's only one part of the bargain. You need to demonstrate some specific skills which the panel will be looking for. And for most entry jobs, they are really looking for simple, soft skills like communication. How are you able to communicate both in writing and in spoken? Written is how you've presented your documents. Sometimes even the way you present your documents, they are all scattered around. You don't know what, they are not in a nice filed folder. So it's difficult for people to check your technical skills. And the way you've written your letter, that shows how organized you are in terms of written. And spoken oral is how you present yourself at the interview table. Are you clear? Is your thought process logical in your explanations? That's how you check communication. And then other questions that you will be asked will relate to your organization skills. How do you organize yourself? How do you prioritize your work? Planning skills, how do you plan your day? Are you able to prioritize things on your desk? So you may not be asked direct questions about your experience because it's not expected that you have had experience. The only questions will relate to times when you have had internship or times when you have been in group work at college. What was your role? What was the situation that you are facing? What were the tasks that you are having? What were the achievements? And so your interaction around campus in terms of being in academic group works, being chairman or secretary of a student's body, all those that's your experience, that's what you have. And if you can demonstrate that you are able to organize groups, plan them, communicate with them, give them information, then you are trying to demonstrate that you can actually have these skills, and at a higher level at a workplace, you are going to be successful. So sometimes people are not able to explain that during the interview table. Sometimes you have already said about yourself on the CV, but you have to verbalize that. And when you are asked to tell us about yourself, it's really not that we are so excited about looking at you and you just want us to tell us about your personal being. We are planning to hire a talent who is coming to do a particular role. Who is this person? So tell us about yourself. Should cover basically your background in terms of your education, background in terms of where you have worked before, or internship if you have interned somewhere. Tell us about what really makes you different. Why are you why do you want to join us? That's an opportunity for you to be able to tell us what you are worth, yeah, in terms of the talents, in terms of the skills, in terms of the impact that you can bring to the organization. And it has to be brief, but also broad enough to be able to give us a full picture of what your experience, your educational qualifications, and your motivation is in terms of looking for this job. So it's one of the opportunities that you are given a chance to be able to say all your strengths that make you really relevant and suitable for the position.